we've seen more high-profile breaches in 2017 than in the past years combined, and we're not even through the year yet.
Why?
I think it's simple economics. The number of new types of targets available is going up, the cost of an attack is going down, and outcomes are improving. Therefore, attackers are flooding the market.
Outcomes are improving because the hackers have gotten better at this, or because companies just aren't doing enough to protect the data that they should be?
I think a little bit of both. I mean, you've heard stories now about artificial intelligence getting built into tools to attack companies. Attacks are faster now than they've ever been before. And so companies need to change. You know, companies need to become more agile, and they've got to be a little bit more proactive.
What are they not doing? And I realize it's hard to paint everybody with one broad brush. I go back and forth about feeling like there are some companies that I feel like, okay, maybe they got taken advantage of. Maybe there's nation states that are attacking their information. But a lot of this, I feel like lately, are the companies just not rising to the occasion. What are they not doing?
I think you just hit the nail on the head. One of the problems is they're still working on the basics. I talked to tons of chief security officers, and I ask how things are going, what projects they're working on, and they continue to say, we're still getting our arms around the basics.
What is the basics? What does that mean?
That's patch management, that's installing endpoint security, upgrading firewalls. It's no longer good enough.
If you're still just doing those things, what are you not doing that you should be doing?
Protecting all of the new attack surface that's out there.
What are the new attack
Social media is out there, mobile applications are out there, collaboration platforms. There's a lot of new ways to get into an organization.
A lot of new entryways into the company.
And if you're still working on the basics, you haven't really started to cover some of those new gaps.
Where Equifax was at that time?
It's tough to say. I wasn't on the inside, but they're not alone. This isn't an Equifax problem. I mean,
no, it's just Equifax has the information that I care about.
But when you say they're not doing the basics, that's what I'm trying to understand. You say Deloitte's not doing the basics.
Oh, I'm not sure I said that.
No. But
I think a lot of companies.
Look, but I think there's two levels going on here.
Yeah.
There are what I've described as Fortune 500 or Fortune 1000 companies who may actually be doing the basics, but frankly are playing against an actor that's in a completely different world.
That's right.
And then there are people who truly are not doing the basics. And then the question is, are there massive companies, truly massive companies that you're aware of that are not doing the basics that you're talking about?
There are truly massive companies that still are grasping with doing the basics well. And I think you're going to start to see a shift in the types of companies that are out there.
Look,
those that have mastered cyber and those that haven't yet.
But I think you put these companies into two categories too, right, Andrew, where you think companies that have very sensitive information, like a healthcare company, like a financial company, like an Equifax, I think should be held to a higher standard than Whole Foods. Okay, you rip off my credit card, the bank's going to take care of that.
I think that's right. I think there's, part of the challenge too in those businesses is, are you going to put regulation around that?
Yes, and is that what you think is required?
I think you're going to have to put a little bit of regulation around the types of companies that hold sensitive information. And Europe is really leading some of that charge with GDPR. I mean, they're really starting to put...
What's GDPR?
This is general data privacy. I mean, they want to say, if you have sensitive consumer information, then we're going to hold you to a higher standard. Point blank.
That makes sense.
You're going to get fined, and there's going to be real financial ramifications if somebody breaches that data.